My name is Jack. I'm with Roberta and David Kherdian, and we are having the privilege of spending a little time visiting here with David on our trip through Massachusetts. And we've asked David if he would tell us something about himself and read some of his poetry. Folks know David. You told us your age before. Maybe you could.
93.
Oh,
Um, so here I'll read a couple poems. Van Gogh. You stare at Van Gogh's wheat field with crows, and you want to cry for him. And that world he couldn't escape, having entered there as himself, which is all an artist can ever do, finding, revealing, calming themselves in work. He says, what we then take away with our own silent sobbing, whether we are aware of ourselves or not. For you can only know to wish if you know yourself, and like Van Gogh, have explored the chambers of your heart and mind and soul, and then open yourself to life as he had, without fear, in sorrow. I don't remember this. It's called Jesus. What would it take to love everybody? And why can't we imagine how that would be? And also why we cannot truly comprehend Christ's all loving life, since it doesn't resemble in any way our own. Yet we try to understand and realize who he was and how he came to be, with all that was done here for us, that we can only puzzle over when unable to do this for ourselves, to weep quietly over all that we might be able to do for this life that is ours. Okay, read one more. Barriers. What are these barriers that keep us apart from one another when engaged as common parts of the whole, with solitude often damaging if it cuts us off and leaves us alone, here by ourselves, to fill our time and stay connected and united to others, for a blending that might occur when nothing is more important than our human connections necessary for our personal growth as humans, feeling as one with others on the strange planet we share together. It's enough.
been writing for a long time, and it's tremendously meaningful and fulfilling to you. I guess it's become your way of really interfacing with the world.
Yeah, it's my way of being and belonging to the world and sharing my time with others. And this is my way of doing it. Um, what one wants is to bring something to perfection and then share it. And that's the role of the artist. We all stumble through life, but when we come to our art, we can perfect and refine something that's beyond the words themselves or the paint. And so that's being a loner by nature, by birth. But I think I had to find a way to share things because I'd rather much be by myself uh, and doing my work and my living my life. It's not that I'm antisocial; it's just that I'm terribly private and spend most of my time alone, and except when I'm at Nani.
Can you
That
say
changed,
something about Nani
that
and
changed my life
of course, yes.
and greatly improved it. We made a great life for ourselves together and apart, and we shared our work. As she titled all my books and did all the covers for my books. And my best book hasn't been published. It's called it's got Nani in the title. I can't remember the title of it, but it's about our long marriage.
Yes.
53 years we were
Mm,
together.
mm, mm. So when you were saying about solitude and your own, sort of privacy,
Mhm.
but I always looked at, as I have with others, that Nani was a bit of a
Child.
channel, channel between you and other people.
Mm.
Because I imagine she was easier going, in a
Yeah.
way, and more maybe accessible. But then through meeting Nani, we also meet you, and
Mhm.
and I think that happens in many relationships, isn't
Mhm.
it?
Yeah.
A quick story before we go back to David. One of the reasons we're able to have this conversation now, don't know if you remember this, but Roberta and I had seen David in New York State many years ago and thought we were saying goodbye. And you were moving to, I believe, Michigan at that time.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. You were moving to Wisconsin at the time. And we were back to West Virginia. Neither of us had mentioned anything about Asheville in North Carolina.
Mhm.
And one day, Roberta and I had this impulse to visit and follow through on a invitation to visit a Universalist church
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
Asheville
At Christmas.
at Christmas. All four of us were only there ever once, and we all met there. It
Yeah,
was
that was
very,
a
very
shock when I
nice.
saw your face. It was just a total shock, as it must have been for you when you saw me.
Yeah.
Saw me. Yeah,
Yeah.
there we were.
So following through, so we got to know Nani
Mhm.
as well then, and we got to see her artwork. And I think I'll try and edit into maybe this little video some samples of her work. But so even though you're a very private person, in your younger days, I imagine you were much more connected with like the
I
rest of us
was. In
too.
fact, I wrote two of my favorite books. One's called Friends, a memoir, and Friends, a sequel. I'll give you that book. I've got an extra copy. Uh, the other children I grew up with, extremely important to me. I never got over it. And then when I got into the art world with other artists, I was never comfortable because it seemed so artificial to me, full of ambition and pushing and shoving and trying to get ahead. And with few exceptions, Allen Ginsberg was one who I really loved and was very helpful to me. And as I like to think I was to him, and Gary Snyder and people like that. But I kept to myself, and it always took me back to my childhood, which was so deep and rich and wonderful. And it seemed like all the friendships with the artists was kind of superficial. It's all about the ambition of getting ahead. And it's not that it's bad, it's just that it's so hard to get ahead in the arts. And so people struggle and become very false.
In your childhood, were you mostly with Armenian community?
No,
No,
no, it's
no.
a very, no, it's
Okay.
totally, uh, it's people from everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. But there was a strong Armenian community because that's where they went after the genocide. My mother came. So there was a strong Armenian community. So a lot of my friends were Armenian kids, but we were Americans, you know. We
Sure.
were just
Sure.
being,
Yeah.
we were just starting life together.
Mm.
It was very rich and wonderful. I never got over it.
Mm.
I've written two books about
Okay.
just called Friends.
Mm.
Well, very
Mm.
good. Good.
And the town was Racine,
Yeah, Racine, Wisconsin.
little manufacturing town, an industrial
Factory town.
factory town.
Yeah, it's a factory town.
Yeah.
I've written a lot about it,
Yes.
and I'm the only one who has written about it, really. So,
And your neighborhoods, the neighborhoods you lived in and interconnected, the kids all played, through the neighborhoods together.
sports is very big. Hunting and fishing was very big, and sports were very big. And I'm sure that's still true in the Midwest.
Mm.
You
Yes.
know,
And these days, even though you're on your own, you still post things on Facebook, correct?
Yeah,
Yes. So people can look you up there
yeah,
and see some of your work from time to time.
yeah. I've sort of slowed down now, but for 2, 3, 4 years, I don't know, every day almost I put a poem up.
Okay, good.
So that's one of Nani's paintings.
Is there, is that the two of you?
Looks
Yeah.
it, looks it. And your cat? The cat you've written some poems about your cat also.
Oh, yeah.
Nani had quite a career as an artist, illustrating a lot of your books, David. Right, the Tiger of Kurdistan.
Hmm.
Didn't you write
Turkestan.
Turkestan, the Tiger of Turkestan? Did you write that book?
No. Who wrote that?
Did she write that? She didn't
No.
write, she didn't write.
Is that what Gurdjieff talked about, the tiger?
Yes.
Yes, that's the story about, never doing as others do, only it's told through this little tiger, baby tiger.
Nani illustrated.
Nani illustrated it, and I think you wrote the
Oh,
story.
yeah, it's a great book.
A great children's story, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that book.
We got that for our grandchildren,
So.
yeah.
Yeah, the tiger of Turkestan. That was Gurdjieff. She was writing about Gurdjieff for children.
Right,
Oh, it was a wonderful
it
book.
was a wonderful book.
Yeah, wonderful book.
Okay.
And Nani also won the Caldecott
Yeah.
Award a couple of times, yeah.
Yeah.
And where is it, you say, which museum?
The
holds-
Grumman.
DeGrumman,
DeGrumman.
and that's in Massachusetts?
No, Mississippi.
In Mississippi, wow.
It's the most famous children's museum. And they've been collecting Nani's work from the time she began. They have letters between her and Maurice Sendak, who was a good friend of hers,
Oh my,
and they work together. They're both starting out at the same time.
Maurice Sendak and Nani.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fabulous.
So he's a good friend of ours.
Tell me about your evolution. I mean, how did you come to poetry? Did it just come naturally as a
Poetry.
Yeah.
I was 35 years old,
Oh,
so I started very late. But boy, once I started,
Ford,
I made up for all those years.
okay.
I've
So
published,
good.
around 80 books, I think.
at least, I would think.
Yeah, so I'm still writing,
Yeah.
but it's ending. It's coming to an end.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did-
But
because you
see
feel-
these are late poems and they're so great,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, yes.
These are, I just wrote these in the last year.
David, what makes a poem great? How can you, what are the elements?
I don't know what makes a poem great. I don't know.
Is it something that,
What? No, I don't know. It's universal, you know. The
Mhm.
thing is,
Mm.
the poets go straight to the soul,
mm,
and so you get Whitman, you get Blake. I'm only the third mystic poet American.
oh,
There have only been three mystic poets: Walt Whitman, Emily Dickinson, and me.
Do you just sit down and write, or do you sit and collect yourself, or do you pray? Do you do something before writing?
No,
No.
usually something comes to me when I'm sitting there, like a line will come or a thought will come, and then I'll write. That's pretty much how it's been for a long time. Going back to the beginning, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I've written a lot of poems.
And when you write, do you go back in and change things around, or is it just as it comes?
Oh, no.
No.
The art is in the revision.
It is in the revision.
That's when you get the art.
Oh,
There's no art until
okay.
you make it.
Okay.
You have to have the goods,
Yeah.
and if you have the goods, you'll get there. But it's a tremendous skill, except it's beyond skill, because you're touching places in yourself that aren't ordinarily there. They're not the places you live your ordinary life from. They come from your soul. So it's deep, and it goes back and back and back. How old am I really? I have no idea. Well, Van Gogh's been a big inspiration in my life. Van Gogh and Thoreau are the two big daddies in my life. Yeah.
I can understand. No, Vincent's so amazing to go back, and so lonely. Vincent van Gogh. He didn't even have there was no nanny for Vincent. There was
He has a brother.
his brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
I know when I hit it.
Hmm.
He knew when he hit it, and there was no doubt in his mind he was going to be famous.
Mm.
He knew how great he was. If you write a great poem, you know it.
Mhm.
There's no question. Now, other people may not like it, or they may flip over it. Doesn't matter. You know when you've done it because it comes from another place.
Mm.
We're very old, you know. Poets are very old people, and they're in touch with their soul from other lifetimes. So what you know is in you, but you can get lost.
And certainly from within this lifetime.
Yeah. But you have to articulate it. It has to find a form. It's not enough that you have this great spirit, this great soul that Thoreau had and so many people had. But the art is another matter. You may need that soul to write the art, but the art is distinct. It's something else. It's something outside of time and outside of you, you know. And you reach that place if you're a great artist.